Welcome, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I'm the Grace Strega, and I'm here to give you your daily collective read for today, Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025. What do we have coming through in the cards for today? Can I please have the first two cards in our 5-card spread for today? First two cards we are starting our day off with are the Nine of Swords in its upright in combination with the Page of Cups in its upright. It's gonna get emotional. It's gonna get emotional. We're gonna talk a little bit about this because we're gonna speak about this again. We are currently going through. We are going through a prolonged retrograde season. We're just gonna keep on talking about this because it's important. And the thing about working through retrograde period, energy, is that it sometimes can wear upon our patience. It feels like things take longer to get done. It feels like things become energetically arduous. And, one of the things that we're also potentially observing that's occurring right now has to do in the realm of emotionality. Because, and I'm going to kind of just give you a tableau of what we've been experiencing energetically. Because one of the things that we see with scorpionic energy is often the ability to navigate and embrace change. We've got both Mercury and Mars that are currently in Scorpio, and that's a lot of intensity. And it's interesting too because, and I like to describe the space by which we experience a retrograde, where we've got so many planets that are retrograding in the house of Aries and even planetary bodies. It's working through the determination point of the sense by which things aren't moving at the approximation or the speed that one effectively desires. And it creates a lot of that feeling of energetic frustration, right? It can create a lot of that modality or a lot of that work in terms of transformation. It can even create the frustration point in terms of us feeling the frustration in not changing fast enough or not working through that. But this is why I keep on seeing the modality by which we hold compassion, right? The compassion for ourselves and the compassion for those around us. It allows for the easeability of navigating through changes. And one of the things that we keep on articulating and talking about has to do with the space or the force of intention by which we articulate upon how we are working to energetically work towards and resolve things. Now, we spoke about this right before the podcast started. This is a continuation of the conversation that we had in relationality to the nature of surrender. Surrender isn't about giving up, right? Surrender is about letting go of the perception of perfection. Because when we hold on to a manifestation goal and we articulate and we demand upon the way that it must be, then often we lose or we miss the energetic opportunity by which it can become something greater or beyond our own capacity to recognize or understand it. It's working through, and scorpionic energy often understands this. It's embracing the determination point of the mystique of things. It's understanding the energetic harmony that often results as a relationality to working in collaboration and harmony with the work around us, right? It's a conversation. And it's interesting too, because it's almost like when you're working too hard in perfection, you don't recognize and identify synchronicity. Right? It's the space by which it sometimes feels like it's energetically elusive to the self. But that's why we keep on seeing that for a lot of the work doing this, I feel like it's hard because I keep on getting that, and this is what I mean in relationality to energy like we're experiencing right now. We got the Nine of Swords here, right? Look how intense this energy is. And then we've got the Page of Cups, right? These are these don't look synchronized, do they? Right? These don't appear energetically synchronized. But that's why we identify and we see Like I keep on seeing the space by which we recognize and identify what feels energetically synchronized is the space or the place by which we recognize and we identify what it is that we need to resolve upon ourselves to change. And it's a conversation and relationality to working through the space of compassion. Now, remembering that compassion does not mean that you have to be nice about things. It's not about being perpetually nice. It's about having those breakthrough conversations. It's about identifying and recognizing what that work is. Now, this is having a deep impact depending on where one finds oneself on the frequency cycles. And we're going to start with the energy in separation. Specifically and particularly because I keep on hearing like the overarching theme right now that is occurring in separation is transformational change, right? Transformational change is often the amplification and articulation of a manifestation goal. It's the observation of feeling that. And I keep on seeing this here. I keep on getting, there are pockets of transformational change occurring, right? And what's beautiful about, the thing about that is, and I keep on seeing this here, and I gotta describe this, because the space by which, and this is important because we articulated upon the fact that we see that there's some energy deep within divine union right now that is working through a Saturn lesson. They're working through the space that articulates and says, don't touch that right now, because if you touch that right now, there's no opportunity to energetically heal something later, right? The energy or the valuation point of putting energetic proximity upon something is what I keep on seeing. When I say that something about the energy in separation, having those transformational conversations, right? The ability of another, I keep on hearing the ability of another to articulate to someone how much something meant to them that they could not potentially see at the time that it occurred. That's what I mean in relationality to something there. There's something profound. There's something really beautiful about that work because it's that observation of doing so, that ability to recognize and identify and feel, I keep on hearing, feeling that significance. They're giving, I keep on getting, they're not coming together to heal a relationship. They're coming together to give each other things they feel they need, they owe each other on their healing journey. So there's a lot of restoration and there's a lot of catharsis there. Where at the same time that that is happening right now, I also see some energy that is working through the frustration of another person not experiencing or working through that transformational change. I keep on seeing the space or the place by which another, like I keep on getting, like this is what I mean in relationality to the energy that may be going through this retrograde period, and they effectively know, right? Like the space by which another knows what they're waiting upon from another person, and the other person bringing anything but that to an energetic individual. It's like this space by which someone is articulating and recognizing clearly what is energetically needed to heal a situation, and the observation of someone too much in their egoic space that is bringing them literally anything, like literally anything but the thing that they would effectively need to heal something, which is the vulnerable conversation. And so that's why I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy doing that work, frustrated but fortified, right? The observation of seeing something and feeling the valuation of someone not being in the space of changing, right? Like the space by which it doesn't necessarily feel like someone has changed. I just keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy doing that work, it's like, you know what I mean? It can bring a lot of feelings up. I can even see here that it may be reigniting a lot of past feelings, but I keep on hearing it's not. I keep on hearing it's the reignition of validation as it relates to the sense of direction, right? It's like And I feel like keep on seeing it's like the energy, the someone trying to reignite something instead of heal it is what's creating the reignition of emotions, because I keep on seeing it's not navigating the sensitivity of another person's energetic feelings upon something. Now this brings us to the new relationships. And what did I tell you about these new relationships that are coming together right now? These. Who are you? Who sent you? Like, I keep on laughing about these relationships because they're completely counter to those temperance relationships that we saw that were coming together over over the summer. Those temperance relationships, man, I told you they were two peas in a pod. They were like you and me. Like it was like the synchronicity. It was like the energy that just immediately, like, they fell into step with one another and they never stopped walking. Like that was how natural something felt. This energy right now is not natural. I keep on hearing they're confrontational connections. They're like, what are you doing here? State your business. Like, it's like the energy, is on guard as they're coming into connection. And the reason I keep laughing about it is because they're on guard and they're trying to articulate to each other the fact that their intentions, that they have the best intentions. But I keep on seeing that it's like the impossibility space by which, and I keep on seeing the space by which they're coming to understand each other. I even see that, like, there's something about them. There's a standoff quality in these connections, but I keep on hearing the standoffishness is built upon past experience, is what I keep on seeing. The standoffishness is the space that they're working very fundamentally to protect their heart space. So I keep on getting, there's like a little bit of this, like, prove it intensity, right? There's a little bit of this energetically, like, I keep on hearing they're proving it to one another by articulating upon past history, right? In order to go forward, they must go backwards. Neptune moving back into Pisces, right? The identification point of another saying, I know how you feel. I feel the same way too. Now, continuing to get clarification, let's get back into those temperance relationships. These are the relationships that were coming together between the time of Uranus going retrograde, right before the eclipse season cycle started, and up until the solstice period this summer. One card to clarify, center of our spread today. Wow, man, new sense of strength. These partnerships, man, when I say these temperance relationships, fortified partnership, sanctification of the relationship, not based upon, I keep on hearing this energy, right into the heart of empathy, right? Because I keep on seeing with a lot of this energy, I see this energy going, what I want to do is this, but that's not what I'm going to do. What I want to do is this, but that's not what I'm going to do, right? The life-changing power of minding the healing journey of the counterpart. They're sanctifying the relationship. Doesn't mean that they don't have a lot of feelings about it, right? Doesn't mean that they don't have a lot of strong feelings about it, because I just keep on seeing with a lot of that energy, identification and understanding of the journey of the counterpart, being energetically receptive to counterpart's healing process. It is indulgent. It is indulgent to assume that we know what would be healing to one another, because what is healing to one is not healing to another, right? And that's what I keep on seeing in relationality to these relationships. They're feeling a lot of emotionality in the past, but they're going through the Neptunic lesson that says, don't touch Neptune's stuff. If you touch Neptune's stuff, it becomes your stuff. Right? You don't affect the energetic past in relationality to the space by which you feel something. I told you they're going through a solar plexus opening with a controlled heart center. It's very complicated because it's not the fact that they want to, but they recognize that to open up the heart space in that way would be self-indulgent to themselves rather than honoring the healing journey of the counterpart. And so that's why I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy doing that work, the ability, I keep on seeing the ability to effectively articulate and amplify upon that, the ability to effectively connect to counterpart, right? I keep on seeing that it's the energy that like works through, like works through the effective volatility of the feelings that they're experiencing. But I keep on hearing they're holding each other throughout that energetic process, right? I told you they're finding their sea legs, as it were, as it relates to the volatility that is potentially arising based upon the understanding of the full propensity by which another person had to navigate something. Further, we see this is more difficult for some of this energy right now because I keep on seeing with Chiron and Eris retrograding in conjunction to one another. It's not just the fact that this is something that bothers the counterpart. It may be sitting directly on the source of a counterpart's past trauma. When I say these temperance relationships are rock solid, this is the type of stuff I'm talking about. It's not just the fact that something about the past that they're experiencing is rocking the counterpart. It's the observation of it. It's resting directly upon a past trauma that the counterpart has experienced. Now, this brings us to the energy that is moving deeper, the energy deep within divine union right now. These are those magician partnerships. These are the relationships that were coming together between the time of, I keep on getting between the time of the solstice period up until the time of Mercury and Venus stationing direct behind Neptune. Two cards to clarify, please. Clarification coming through right now with our Six of Cups in its reversal in combination with our Sun card in its upright. Look at the change. If you have an opportunity to look at today's spread, you can head over to the stack to see today's photo because we've got the Nine of Swords on one side. We got the Sun card on the other. So the observation or the understanding of the recognition of the path work by which another person is amplifying and articulating upon what it is that they're working to do or to achieve in a better fashion. For a lot of the energy, effectively doing that work, I keep on seeing that for a lot of these relationships or a lot of these situations, that effective observation of identifying and recognizing what that force of intention is. The one thing I'm identifying here for a lot of these relationships is the observation of the space by which the energy that's moving deep within divine union is working to resolve feelings, the volatility that they're potentially observing outside of partnership. And I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy doing that work, feeling a lot of that volatility, feeling a lot of that energetic frustration, having a lot of that emotionality rising to the surface, as it were. But not only is it effectively rising to the surface, but it's also the space by which I keep on seeing for some of this energy working into the pathwork of seeing something outside of partnership that they never saw before in a relationship or in a person. I keep on hearing it is the energy that feels like that works through a wound, but also I keep on seeing like the maturation process by which they feel glad to see it, but also wish it was different, right? Because I keep on seeing that, like I keep on hearing healthy relationship should not damage healthy partnership or friendship, right? Like the space by which we never feel better should not be the space by which another person feels triggered. And that's why I keep on seeing if this is what's happening for some of those relationships, they're giving someone the gift of proximity. They're not necessarily addressing it, but they're giving someone the time that's needed in order to facilitate or recognize the healing in that capacity. I just keep on seeing it's almost like the energy. I feel like the energy is like moving into hermit mode in the best way possible, but it's like I keep on hearing they're moving into hermit mode because they're being respective of another's feelings. Now, this brings us to the energy and separation again. Clarification between our Nine of Swords in combination with our Page of Cups in its upright. We've got here this Eight of Cups in its upright. So let's talk a little bit about this Eight of Cups energy, because the Eight of Cups in its upright effectively speaks to us about the recognition and the observation of what it is that we're facilitating upon in relationality to what it is that we're working to change. And for a lot of the energy that we're observing, doing that work in that capacity, one of the things that we're energetically seeing right now is for the energy in separation, the ability to articulate upon the power of those transformational conversations. I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy doing that work. Now, I've got 3 different phases for the energy in separation right now. The space by which, and I think that this is really beautiful in terms of some of the restoration that I see is occurring right now in separation, because I keep on hearing there's something about those conversations that keep on amplifying to another person that some energetic effort was not wasted, is what I keep on seeing. And and everything I keep on identifying upon that, that's what I mean about like the emotional outpouring in relationality to something there, right? I keep wondering, the observation of an effort not energetically wasted is, I keep on getting the space by which another person articulates and identifies the full significance in relationality to what something meant to them. Everything I keep on seeing about that journey is the observation of another person articulating that. And I keep on seeing that even in the space by which they're amplifying or articulating that, I feel like there's some kind of force of like, there's sorrow that's being released, is what I keep on seeing, right? Like I keep on hearing like there's some kind of observation in relationality to another person not necessarily, I keep wondering, not necessarily energetically prioritizing the right thing or working in some kind of vector in that fashion. And so that's what I meant in terms of the space by which I don't even see, like the reason I'm talking about this is I don't even see this in the modality by which this is trying to rekindle or spark a relationship. When I talk about the level of healing that I'm seeing here, it's literally someone giving another the gift of letting them know that they've gone through a maturation process. And I keep on seeing that there's something about that feels extremely cathartic, because it's almost the energy that articulates upon the significance of something in the past that changed them in a profound fashion. Now, this brings us to the energy that is moving deeper, and this is what I meant in relationality to the space by which I also see some sealed separations that are occurring, because the space by which another articulates or amplifies the understanding, and this is what's driving some of the energy in the, this is the space in separation that I can see a lot of emotionality rising up. The space by which another person sees how simple it would be, how simple it would be to be able to have a transformational conversation. But this is often what we articulate upon when another person isn't doing their shadow work effectively. Because often the space, the song you will hear when you're navigating someone that isn't doing their shadow work effectively is the space by which another person says, but that's a conversation they're not ready to have, is what I keep on hearing. Those are usually the key words that you will hear with someone who when you're navigating someone who hasn't done their shadow work effectively, which is that is a conversation that they're not ready to have, which is the observation of someone effectively avoiding something or refusing to energetically engage upon something. And so that's why I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy doing that work, like working through the frustration. Potentially, you have to understand the frustration of some of this energy in separation, having gone into separation because of a distortion in the manifestation goal, which was articulated by another person refusing to energetically articulate upon something or to work through something. And then the ability or the modality by which another articulates and amplifies upon the space by which they come back towards another, and knowing the other energy, knowing what the conversation is that they're effectively needing to bring forth to something. But instead of having that conversation, speaking upon something different, working through the modality, I keep on hearing the space by which another just, I keep on hearing like amplifies the articulation of just effectively energetically dropping into something. I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy, like working through that, that frustration is amplified and articulated, but it's reaffirming the energetic direction of energy moving towards their healing journey. Now, this brings us to the energy that is, moving into relationship right now. And I keep on seeing the reason that this energy right now in separation is wary as they're coming into partnership is they're energetically wary, specifically and particularly because they're energetically wary because they've had to navigate others projecting things onto them, is what I keep on seeing. And that's why I keep on seeing that there's a little bit of this like energetic standoffishness here. There's a little bit of this, like I keep on hearing, like they're coming towards each other in an unfiltered way. And there's something about them coming towards one another in an unfiltered way that is almost amplifying and articulating. I keep on hearing the reason that they're energetically unfiltered, and this is the caveat in terms of being unfiltered, which is the observation and the determination point of saying if we know who we are and we like who we are, then the observation upon speaking upon things in an open way allows us to serves as an act of energetic protection. Because if we're energetically unfiltered and we feel energetically right in the space by which we are energetically unfiltered, then that modality or that experience of articulating and amplifying upon it, it creates the space of its own form of energetic protection. And so I keep on seeing that this is a continuation of the energy that is like working through the the strength of the self. And I keep on seeing they're finding their voice in partnership, right? They're finding an ability to articulate upon something that has a lot of meaning to them. Now, this brings us to the energy that's moving deeper into divine union. And this is the temperance relationships. So clarification between our Page of Cups and our Six of Swords in its reversal. Ooh, we've got double six. We've got three. We've got a lot of six energy out today. We've got the Six of Swords, Six of Wands, and it's upright. Now, I like the thing about the energy that we're seeing here in relationality to the six has a lot to do with the observation and the amplification of recognizing and identifying what feels energetically productive. And what we effectively articulate and identify in relationality to that productivity has to do with the space by which we understand and recognize what feels, I keep on hearing, what feels like it is strengthening, what feels like it is energetically fortifying, what feels like it creates the space of being able to do something in a better way. And so that's why I keep on getting that there's something about the energy, the temperance relationships that I keep on seeing is the conversation that is built upon or based upon the observation of allowing that force of intention that speaks towards the amplification of the energetic strength. And so what's interesting about that is that's what I meant in relationality to these relationships becoming sanctified, because the reason that they're being sanctified is they're holding the space of the energy of the counterpart's healing journey in a modality of honor. It's the identification point of feeling that sense of I keep wondering the space by which one feels energetically strengthened in that. And something about that journey or that accommodation point in being able to recognize and observe. I keep on seeing this energy that works towards the identification point of what they would like to do about a situation, but then looking towards the fact that they say that they would like to as the modality of self-indulgence, right? Because I keep on seeing that they're letting go of the I, like they're letting go of the personalization point of the understanding of what it is, how they would have addressed something or how they would have done something, but they're holding empathy, right? They're holding energetic empathy in relationality to honoring the healing journey of the counterpart. So everything I keep on seeing there, it's like I keep on getting it's like it's the energy that's learning to process the emotions. And I keep on hearing the closure. I keep on hearing closure is found with having one's hands full of the present, is what I keep on hearing. So that's what they keep on doing right now. They're working on the power of the present to help navigate a lot of emotions that may be feeling like they're being stirred up in relationality to the past. Now, this brings us to the energy that is deep within divine union right now. These are those magician partnerships, clarification between the Six of Swords in its reversal in combination with our Six of Cups in its reversal. We've got here the Hermit card in its reversal. So let's talk a little bit about this Hermit card. Because the Hermit card in its reversal speaks to us. And you remember how I just said that the energy deep within divine union is potentially moving into hermit mode? I keep on getting like they're moving into hermit mode because, and I keep on seeing this, when somebody, like when we are in a space of understanding and feeling stability, and another person is feeling energetically emotional about the fact that they find us in a space of stability, I keep on seeing they're honoring another's person's feelings by giving them the gift of proximity, right? They're not, I keep on hearing they're not trying, you can't, like I keep on hearing you can't grab someone and shake them down and say feel blissful for me. You know what I mean? You can't articulate to another. I keep on hearing you can't force happiness into another, which is why they're going through those Saturn lessons. Because Saturn, when Saturn sees a situation like that, Saturn says, you don't affect that. Give that to me. That might be able to change. But if you do something about it now, you might spoil the ability for that to be healed in time. Right? And so that's why I keep on seeing it's hard, because I keep on hearing they're doing what's best by potentially avoiding a confrontational conversation, because I keep on seeing you can't have a confrontational conversation on the fact that someone's acting energetically ridiculous is what I keep on hearing. And the space by which another person is, again, would be articulating upon like ridiculous is feeling energetically volatile in the moment of another moving towards their energetic bliss, right? Like that is like I keep on seeing, like that's like the space by which another is trying to say, like I'm giving them the energetic gift of proximity. Now this brings us to the energy that is coming into union again, or in separation. But I feel like it's hard because there's a lot of emotionality that's coming up there, because if that's happening, I keep on hearing it's changing their perspective of the past in a profound way. Right? Like it's like a recalibration point that's happening across the course or the span of an entire relationship. It's not easy. Continuing to get clarification between our Six of Cups in its reversal and our Sun card in its upright. There's that Judgment card in its reversal. So what's interesting about the Judgment card in its reversal is I keep on seeing like the Judgment card, the Judgment card in its reversal particularly speaks to us. And I keep on seeing that, like, this is a continuation of what I said about those new relationships coming together that are articulating to one another and saying, in order to go forward, we must go backwards, right? There is something about, I told you, the overriding energy that I keep on reading in these new relationships is a healthy sense of cynicism, is what I keep on getting. And that healthy sense of cynicism that we're effectively identifying is, I keep on hearing, they're holding into the space of having hope in relationality to what it is that they're creating together, but they're not letting their hope distort. They're not allowing that hope to distort their energetic perception on things. It's very slow and steady, is what I keep on getting. It's very slow and steady, but there's something about that modality of slow and steady. There's something significant and important about those modalities or those experiences, whereby I keep on seeing that the energy is articulating upon what feels like, I keep on seeing it's like the energy that is working through the valuation of feeling the, like, they're holding on to the hope of what they're creating with one another, but they're also building into the context of allowing the space by which they're working to prove it to one another as well, right? Like it's like the energy that's almost articulating for giving each other a chance to prove to one another that they're in that modality of authenticity. Continuing to get clarification between our Eight of Cups in combination with our Six of Wands and its upright. We've got here the Two of Cups in its reversal. So what are we effectively seeing with that Two of Cups in its reversal? The Two of Cups in its reversal effectively articulates or speaks to us specifically in relationality to working through, and these are those temperance relationships. The like the full tableau of what another person had to experience feels like a blow to counterpart. Like, that's what I meant in terms of the space by which the energy is trying to navigate the shared empathy, right? Because the significance of the shared empathy is almost the space by which they're articulating upon how they wish that they could do something, or how they wish they could go back to something in order to energetically protect another from what one experienced. I just keep on seeing that a lot of that modality is there, and there's a lot of emotionality there. But I keep on seeing that observation or that space by which they're articulating upon that, it's the, like, that is what I meant about the energy. Like, I keep on hearing they're going through some kind of energetic process of surrender, remembering that surrender isn't about giving up. Surrender is about the expansion point by which one finds the space to hold the energetic emotion. And so I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy right now, working through that emotionality, right? Like, it feels like it's expansive. It also feels like it's energetically overwhelming. Continuing to get clarification, and I keep on seeing, but it's like the energy that's articulating that, because it's the force of how much another means to them, right? Now, continuing for the energy that's moving deeper into divine union right now, those magician relationships, clarification between our Six of Swords in combination with our Hermit card in its reversal. We've got here the Seven of Swords in its reversal. So for a lot of the energy right now that is deep within divine union, the thing that we're observing, especially with the Seven of Swords in its reversal, it's giving me like the thing about it is, like, and I'm kind of getting this with, like, the energy deep within divine union, like, it's giving a kind of, like, it's giving a bit of a cosmic shrug to something, right? Like, it's like, why is the energy deep within divine union giving a cosmic shrug to something, because it's the space by which, and I keep on seeing the energy within deep within divine union is navigating a situation that feels like it potentially borders on ridiculous, right? Because I keep on hearing, if this is the energy that's following their energetic bliss, right? If this is the energy that has found their energetic bliss in partnership, right? If this is the energy that's found their energetic bliss in partnership, and they've never felt better, but somebody outside of partnership has never been worse. Like it's just the observation, and I keep on hearing they're not allowing another person's projections to affect them. They're just observing, what is occurring with a sense of dismay, is what I keep on saying. It's like they're not being reactive. They're being dismayed, which is the space by which they see what is energetically happening. And they're not, I keep on hearing they're energetically, like I keep on getting, like that's how you can tell you're going through a maturation process, is when you see something ridiculous and you turn your back for, like you just go like you got to go that way, is what I keep on seeing. Is like maybe if I move away from that, it'll stop being so silly, is what I keep on seeing. So for a lot of the energy doing that work, I feel like, and I do feel like there's something beautiful in that modality too, because I keep on seeing that, and I feel like there's something about the beauty of that, because there's peace in that, in the space by which they're I keep on hearing, it's not just the fact, and I need to stress this, it's not just the fact that the energy coming into union can see it. It's the fact that they're not alone on that energetic journey, is what I keep on identifying. Like, it's not even, like, I keep on hearing, like, the space by which, like, that energy is moving deeper into union. And it's not, I keep on hearing the fact that it's not everyone. It's the observation of the energy that recognizes and identifies, like truly sees the significance in, and that's what I keep on getting about these magician relationships. It feels like their eyes are seeing things worse, but they also feel blessed because they can see the energy that has the best intentions for them, right? Continuing to get clarity between our Hermit card in its reversal in combination with our Judgment card in its reversal. Ooh, there's that High Priestess in its reversal. And so let's talk a little bit. And, here's the thing. High Priestess, okay? High Priestess like the thing with the High Priestess, and I often talk about this in my classes, particularly with a lot of major arcana, is it's not the fact that the High Priestess has a lot to do with the articulation. Like, the thing with the High Priestess is the High Priestess has a tendency of being tight-lipped, is what I keep on getting. The High Priestess often has the modality, and we talk a lot about this. Like, this is why we often draw approximations to the High Priestess and the Hermit card, because, and this is what I meant about and look at this. Do you see these relationships? Do you see these relationships that are coming together right now? Like, this type of energy here. Like, can we talk about this? Because are you guys okay? And for those who are listening to the podcast, I'm literally holding up the Hermit card in its reversal and the High Priestess in its reversal, which is like, this is like tight-lipped meets sardonic. It's like state your, I keep on getting it, state your business kind of energy. It's like I keep on getting these relations. Like, the reason I keep cracking up with these relationships right now is you can't tell, this is like hitting and kissing range, is what I keep on getting. You know what I mean? Like and I keep on, and the reason, but here, I want to explain to you why. All right. I want to explain to you a little bit about why we're seeing this, because I keep on getting that this is the energy. Okay. They've been hurt before. They've been hurt before by another person's projections on them. Right. And when another person is projecting and something on you, there's nothing you can do. Like, this is what we mean, that when like someone's projecting, the only thing you can do is effectively walk away. Because when another person's projecting on you and you try to articulate and defend it, you often feed into whatever it is they're trying to project on you. You know what I mean? It's impossible. So that's why I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy that's working through that, I keep on hearing they are unfiltered in the best way possible, is what I keep on hearing. They are coming into these relationships and being like, these lips are blessed, because it's the energy that effectively articulates and says, if we feel supported in ourselves, right? If we're good, if our hearts are good, if our hearts pass the vibe check, okay? If our hearts pass the vibe check and we articulate and we allow ourselves to be energetically unfiltered, then it sends away the best energy possible, is what I keep on hearing. If your heart's in the right place and you're energetically unfiltered, and another person sees your heart in the right place, unfiltered, and they go that way, you go, oh, hallelujah. You go, God, and okay, it's a miracle. It's like, thank you. Wonderful. It's a perfect system. Right? The cleared heart space moves right into the throat chakra, and then anybody that is not in the right place just scatters, just goes away. And so that's what we keep on seeing. That's effectively happening here, right? Like, but here's the thing about it: it's hard for this energy to do that. Look at these two. I'm look at these two. I'm learning. I'm working. I'm learning to open up more. We're learning to open up more. And so, and that's the thing about it. Like these connections right now. Like I told you, like they're a little like, and that's what I mean. Like there's a little bit of that provocation there, but I keep on hearing it's provocative. It's provocative in the best way possible. Now, continuing, clarification between our Two of Cups in its reversal and our Seven of Wands in its reversal. One card to clarify. Strength card in its upright. We got a lot of, I got to just walk us through here. All right. We got a lot of 8 energy today. Got a lot of 7 energy. We got a lot of 6 energy. Productivity. Those are consecutive numbers, right? Those are consecutive numbers. So it's like, I feel like, and I'm not surprised about that, because like, I got to say, like, and it's interesting too, because even as I started saying this, like my throat chakra started getting like a little blah, blah. But like the space by which we understand and recognize that productive, like, I need to stress this. This is what we mean by scorpionic lessons. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you ever want to spot the Scorpio in the crowd, the way you spot the Scorpio, because we've got a lot of Scorpio energy right now. The moon's in Scorpio, Mercury's in Scorpio, Mars in Scorpio. And the way you spot a Scorpio is a Scorpio likes intriguing, but they hate ridiculous. A Scorpio likes intriguing, but they hate ridiculous. They don't like energetic elusiveness that feels like there's no energetic reason for it, right? The difference I keep on getting, the vision I keep on seeing is the difference between someone saying, I don't want to talk about something because it's a deep well. It's a deep well. And this is why often when a Scorpio says, I don't want to talk about it, you just leave it where it is, because I guarantee you it's not because the Scorpio has not thought about it at length. The difference between a deep well and a hole painted on a wall, okay? The difference between a deep well and a hole painted on the well is the identification point of creating unnecessary mystique around things, right? Woo! Like, woo! Versus being like, don't go in there, okay? It's like, it's the difference between working through like the true intensity of the self versus someone who hasn't done their shadow work effectively. And that's the hard part about it. And here's the thing about it. Sometimes the two things look very similar. We're going to go through this a lot. We're going to go through this a lot with Uranus and Chiron, right? Like the difference between someone going through the smoke and mirrors of not being able to do their shadow work properly versus the space by which another person has a lot going on. There's a lot there. Can sometimes feel very hard to tell the difference about. But this is why when we are in a healthy space, we're always in the space by which we can talk about it, right? It's the space by which we're able to articulate and define upon. And I keep on seeing, and this is what's interesting too, and I feel like there's something about this coming up right now, particularly for the energy in separation, right? The I keep on hearing it's not that it's complicated, it's just painful, right? It's not that it's complicated, it's just painful. And it's like that ability of understanding that, and that's what I keep on seeing. And this is often this is what I mean about the space by which often scorpionic energy, you can tell the difference, because often when a Scorpio doesn't want to talk about something, it's not because they haven't thought about it. It's because they say, I can't do that yet. I can't talk. Like I'm not, and I keep on seeing like the space, and I keep on hearing the space that we often articulate and identify that is the difference between somebody saying, I won't talk about it, or I don't want to talk about it, versus somebody that says, I'm not ready to talk about it, right? And that is the calibration of honoring another person's spiritual journey or the journey of the healing, right? Because it's never our job. And I keep on hearing this is why we can't say to someone, it'd be good to talk about it. There's nothing more toxic than saying to someone, this is what will be good for your healing journey, right? The ability to navigate and recognize where another person rests and what their comfortability is the amplification point of what feels supportive. And that doesn't mean that we don't avoid the work, right? We always try to push the envelope of ourself. And we're going to talk a lot about this because Uranus is moving back into Taurus, which is the identification point of understanding that a comfort zone is found by being willing to step out of a comfort zone, right? But I keep on hearing we push envelopes, but we don't force choices. Right? We build into the context of working through comfortability, but we don't we don't create those modalities of jarringness, right? And so for a lot of the energy working through that space or identifying and recognizing that, I keep on seeing that for the energy in separation, the profound moment is I keep on hearing like these are the relationships that are getting better at finding their voice, right? They're learning, I keep on hearing, they're working through the understanding that if we're good with ourselves and we're good with our heart space, then our lips become blessed. They protect us from what's not for us, right? It's the articulation or the amplification of that allows the space by which we're able to find something that feels energetically productive. So I keep on seeing that these are energies in separation that are finding that energetic source of strength. And where are they finding the source of strength? They're finding the confidence in the self. They're finding it in the heart space. Now bringing into finding this, now moving into the energy that's moving deeper into divine union, clarification between our Seven of Wands in its reversal in combination with our High Priestess in its reversal. Ooh, we got the King of Cups in its reversal. And this is what's so difficult. This is what's so difficult right now. For the energy that is moving into divine union. Because something I keep on seeing right now, for the energy moving into divine union, that I keep on getting that observation or that recognition point, the identification of the understanding or the recognition of being able to articulate and define upon something. Everything I keep on seeing there is the energy that is, I keep on hearing, they're working on sanctifying their heart space. And why are they working on sanctifying their heart space? Remember how I said I was trying to, I was trying to find the word for it. Thank you. I was trying to find the word for feeling the solar plexus, like feeling the solar plexus opening and then working through the heart space. I keep on seeing that the energy is sanctifying the heart space because they're understanding that the heart space is not necessarily doing what one desires to energetically do, right? The indulgent point of effectively some of this energy wanting to go into the past and grab something and saying, come here, like, come here. I'm not finished with you. I haven't even begun is what I keep on hearing the energy to, right? Instead of starting something with the past, like it feels prone to do, it's sanctifying the heart space by saying, I'm honoring the healing journey of the counterpart and recognizing what it took to make the past be in the past. So that's what I keep on hearing they're doing. And it's not easy because that sanctification of the heart space creates the space of deeper empathy and working through the the energetic empathy of feeling the volatility of something that one wishes did not occur is what I keep on seeing. Now, moving into like the energy that is, I keep on getting the energy right now that is deep within divine union, right? And this is effectively working through the energy. And I told you the energy right now, this is what I mean about the complication of these readings. The energy coming into divine union is working through Neptune lessons. The energy that is deep within divine union is working through Saturn lessons. They're going through a pseudo-Saturn return, clarification between our strength card and its upright and our King of Cups and its reversal. Boom. Two of Pentacles. Not everything can be healed by a conversation. This is a maturation process that's happening right now for some of the energy deep within divine union. Not everything can be healed with a conversation. And why are they effectively experiencing that? Because I keep on hearing for some of this energy, it's a continuation of the koan. Healthy energy wants to see us steadfast, which is if we never feel better, if we never feel more healthy in an energetic partnership, and then someone starts acting like an absolute ridiculous, like absolutely ridiculous outside of partnership at the time that we've never felt better. We experience that not with the feeling of doing something wrong, but feeling the great dismay in relationality to the difference in manifestation goals, right? The observation of what we know is true for us, which feels like it is the amplification and the facilitation point of what we know is best, versus another person wrestling with their own egoic journey in the process of another seeing someone else following their energetic bliss. And I keep on getting this is often characteristic. We often see this going through maturation processes because the song we often hear when we're going through a maturation process is, you're going in the wrong direction. And I keep on seeing this energy that knows. Like I know, this energy knows, I keep on hearing, this energy knows that healthy partnership is the right direction. Right? And I even see a lot of energy around them that's giving them that same sense of support. But I keep on seeing that the fact that they're going through that, and it feels like they're observing someone outside of partnership wrestling with that. I keep on seeing that is the energy that wishes that they could change that. But they also are understanding that we can't reach in and modify another person's feelings. And that's when it becomes a Saturn lesson, because Saturn taps us on the shoulder and says, give that to me. Don't worry about it. Let me sort it out, because the one space by which that might be able to heal is if you give it the vector of time. Bottom of the deck on this reading. 3 of Wands in its upright. So the difficulty or the energetic hurdle that we're effectively experiencing or facing right now has to do with, I keep on seeing, and I feel like this is really important right now. As it relates to the thing about this, I need to stress this. You know, the difficulty with energy in the retrograde like this is it makes it hard to plan ahead, is what I keep on seeing. Like there's a lot of that work or a lot of that modality by which we recognize, and I keep on seeing it makes it hard to feel like we can get ahead of ourselves. So I want you, like, if you are feeling And again, the problem with this energy too is if you're not in a healthy space with all of this scorpionic energy, especially with the fact that Pluto's gone direct, like if someone hasn't done their shadow work effectively, it is like the perfect space by which another person can like feel the indulgence point of wanting to project out onto others. But that's why I keep on seeing, like, if you're feeling that or you're identifying that, let your purpose reaffirm you. Let your purpose steady you. Okay? Your purpose exists within. And the ability to identify and recognize that, like find steadiness in your energetic purpose and be able to articulate and identify that. Because often, and I keep on hearing, when we are in our purpose, we don't make demands. When we are in our purpose, we hold, I don't know why it's coming through. It's like when we're in our purpose, we hold hands, we don't make demands, which is the space by which we extend opportunities to each other. We don't force. I keep wondering, we don't try to energetically force into things, or we don't try to push through. So I feel like it's the space by which we identify and recognize what that force of intention is. Because I keep on seeing that a lot of that work that we do, and I keep on seeing it's the space by which, like, sometimes it feels like it's tireless. Sometimes we feel like we're all alone doing that. But it's the understanding that when we're in our purpose, spirit sees us, spirit answers us, spirit sees us answering that call, and we find that force within. And so I feel like there's a lot of that force of intention that we're effectively identifying right now. And I like to point this out. Spirit isn't demanding either. Like, the space by which we answer the call within ourselves is always the space by which we can have a healthy conversation. So allow the space, like I keep on identifying. The thing about this is allowing oneself to understand. I keep on hearing a good guide is one that doesn't tell you what to do. It gives you what you need to get there. And I feel like that is the space by which we effectively articulate and identify how it is that we effectively work towards things. And I feel like that's important, especially as it relates to the relationships that are coming together right now, because I keep on seeing there's patience there, but I keep on hearing something good does not need to be rushed, right? It's a lot of the space by which we find that sense of grounding that allows us to effectively navigate things in our own timing. That is our daily collective read for today. I want to thank you guys so much for being here and experiencing it. Just a reminder, if you would like to book a private reading with me, it is a 2-step process. You have to book the reading, you have to pay for the reading. Please make sure you do both if you'd like to have that reading. Most importantly, please remember that I will never, ever, 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 ever reach out to you for a private reading. I will never DM you. I will never PM you. I will never slide into your inbox and tell you that I have a very important message that only I can deliver. The only way you can book a reading with me is if you book one on my site. Also, a couple of updates before we move into personal readings today. I want to thank everyone who attended our recent class on the moon card. Our next class will be held on Thursday, November 19th at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern. We will be continuing our studies into the tarot with a focus on the sun card. If you would like to become a part of that tarot class program, all you need to do is head on over to my stack and become a paid subscriber. Your paid subscription to my stack is your ticket of entry into our live classes each and every month. You will also, as a paid subscriber, a monthly subscriber, have access to a one-on-one, over 9 hours worth of material in the Tarot Church Library class archive. Now, it's not necessary to catch up, but if you wanted to catch up, now is a great time to join because you've got like a whole month. So you got lots of classes you can take between now and the next class. You'll also have access to a one-on-one chat with me and the other students to ask any questions that you may have in relation to anything we've learned and studied thus far. And if you become a founding member to my stack, not only will you receive a discount on the whole year's worth of classes, you'll also have full access to the entirety of the Tarot Church Library class archive. That is access to over 20 hours worth of material in an ever-expanding library. You'll also have access to a complimentary one-on-one mentorship class with me, where I'll meet with you personally to assess where you are on your own personal tarot journey and give you the best insights in terms of how to utilize those classes to the best of your advantage moving towards your tarot goals going forward. One of the things I tried to do in these classes was make them accessible to the absolute novice tarot reader as well as the seasoned reader. There's definitely something there for everyone. Don't let your lack of experience or your robust experience prevent you from joining joining us in these classes. And even if you don't become a paid subscriber to my stack, I would encourage you to follow me there to stay up to date on any new offerings or services. I also post my weekly newsletter there, which will let you know about my in-person events as well as my online live schedule. You'll also be notified as to any new Mystic Meditation articles that I post, which I post bi-monthly. I just wrote one recently on navigating this new moon energy that we just experienced. I also want to let you guys know that on top of my standard life path readings, I also offer mentorship classes. These are for any of my students seeking a more personalized educational experience with me. I take a very limited number of students for this reason, as those classes are focused on each individual's personal spiritual goals and journey work. Those classes can be purchased on an individual level or as a monthly class series, weekly or bi-weekly as your schedule permits. Also for my students seeking more consistent weekly tarot support, I'm very happy to offer weekly tarot insight packages. That is a package of 4 30-minute readings, again, weekly or bi-weekly as your schedule permits, so that you can stay more consistent on your personal journey. I'm also very happy to now offer dream interpretation readings, which you can purchase per dream or as a series. If you purchase a dream series, I would encourage you to start to keep a dream journal, as we will meet weekly or bi-weekly with that journal and utilize the tarot to understand the key themes and messages coming towards you in the dream space. I want to thank you so much for being here today and sharing in these messages, and we will do this again tomorrow.